Away from Guyana then and to Jamaica now, where the country's governing body for athletics, the JAAA, is facing a significant scheduling challenge that could have far-reaching implications for many of the nation's top athletes. Now, on Tuesday evening, a local radio station in Jamaica, Nationwide News Network, reported that the June 26 to 29 dates for the Jamaican Championships came up for discussion at a three-day meeting of Diamond League organizers in Italy last week. Now, while there is no direct clash with Diamond League events, organizers are apparently concerned about weakened lineups as athletes head to Kingston to chase spots on the national team for the September World Championships. There is also an issue of the current trials dates clashing with the final leg of Michael Johnson's Grand Slam track series, which could see athletes missing out on significant earnings. QB, I'm really happy that we have you today because I suspect that this would impact some of your athletes quite likely. I know Rashawn Clark is part of the Grand Slam track series. He signed up for that, and he could potentially miss out on a lot if the date for the national championship remains June 26 to 29.
Well, I can only speak for Rashawn, and yes, you are right. We'll have to find a loophole to get him out of the contract, and we've already explored that, but he will lose a significant amount of his contract signing appearance, and he will, of course, lose the opportunity to make the money in the bonuses. I am aware that the meet promoters, the Diamond League meet promoters, pushed back very strongly that the JAAAs were out of the window. There were two windows that they're out of. And it doesn't surprise me because the JAAAs never do anything that is in the best interest of the athletes or the country. They do stuff individually for themselves and maybe for some other individuals. But, I think it's also a slap in the face of the Grand Slam because, Michael Johnson has gone beyond the call of duty to help with the track and bring a meet to Jamaica, that kind of exposure and that kind of talent. I don't think we've ever seen that kind of talent in Jamaica in athletics. And I think, to have, like I said, I can't speak for the other athletes that are signed up. I can only speak for Rashawn, that these athletes who will lose a significant amount of their appearance as racers, I think it's so sad. But I know for a fact that the Diamond League meet promoters pushed back, and so the World Athletics was in there, and they know about it too. But to correct you, I think the Paris meets goes on the 26th, and there's the Stockholm meet goes on the 15th before the championships. But why would you put the championships that early when the World Championships is in September? It doesn't make any sense. And since when does the JAAA is concerned about NCAA athletes? How many NCAA athletes make the national team?
And by the way, just for context for our viewers, the suggestion about NCAA athletes, that came from renowned MVP track and field coach. Oh my gosh, Stephen Francis, thank you very much. I also want to say quickly, QB, that maybe the Racers Grand Prix lineup of 2017, Bolt's final appearance in Jamaica, could rival the lineup that we're seeing for a Grand Slam track, but let's not have that debate. Can you give us an idea of how much money an athlete would be set to lose if they're unable to take part in that final meet of the Grand Slam series?
Well, when I worked it out in trying to find a loophole, I think Rashawn would lose maybe about 20% of his base contract, and then the option for the prize money. That's what I figured if it happens and I was to go to the Grand Slam committee, I think I could maybe, he would lose about 20%.
Yeah, and just one more quickly, given everything that you know, do you have hope that the Jamaica Athletics Administrative Association will have to change the date for the national championships from June 26 to 29?
If I was betting on it, I would think that they will have to move.
All right, let's leave it there. QB, as usual, it's been a pleasure chatting with you. We'll chat again.
Thank you so very much.
Yeah, and by the way, quickly, just looking here, the dates for the Diamond League in June, there is one on the 12th, that's in Oslo, then the 15th of June in Sweden, then the 20th of June, which will be in Paris, and then there's not another one until the 5th of July. So a number of meets around the trials period as it is set now. And I think the fear for Diamond League organizers is if athletes have a national championship at the end of June, it is unlikely that many of them will want to travel to Europe to compete in all of those meets so close to their nationals. All right, we have to rush to a break. We'll be back to close the show with Interactive.